साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसृते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय गुरुदेव। Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. So in the last class, Lal Gopal Prabhu has given introduction where this Bhagavad Gita fits in our sastras, and there's some basic things about the Bhagavad Gita he has told. So we'll just have a recap of it, and then we'll proceed further next to the Bhagavad Gita. So I think most of you have attended the basic classes which Ropulas Prabhu has taken it. So I just want to give a recap of about the basics in the Bhagavad Gita before proceeding into Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 1. First of all, if at all if you say that there are some classes are happening in Bhagavad Gita, so people immediately say, may not believe that does really God exist? Those kind of things will come into their mind, their mind. So just to convince ourselves, so I'm just giving some recap of what has been told in basic classes of 8 weeks, which was told by Rupalas Prabhu. First thing is, I don't want to go in depth of all the things, but maybe for 5 minutes I'll talk about that. This is a scientist Isaac Newton. So he wants to know. He's a apart from his scientific proofs and scientific science scientist, he has a inner capacity of his spirituality also. He'll believe it, and he believes in God also. So one of his assistant, he doesn't believe in God, and Newton wants to give a lesson to him. And one day what happened is he put a very dirty stone on his assistant's table in the evening when everybody left from the office. So the next day morning, the assistant came to the office and saw a dirty stone lying on his table. And Newton, so he called everyone, who's kept the dirty stone on my table? Then everybody says, no, we don't know. Nobody has kept the stone there. We don't know. So everybody says like that. And finally Newton came. He said, no one kept the dirty stone on your table. It has come by itself on your table, he said. Then the assistant said, I'm not a fool just to believe just like that. So somebody has kept the stone here. I think it might be you. Then Newton said, nobody has kept the stone there. It has come by itself. He repeated his words again. Then, then Newton said, you're not just believing a stone, small stone has come by itself on your table means you're not believing it. How can you believe that entire universe has come by itself? There is somebody is there, some creator is there. Somebody has kept the stone on your table. So somebody has created all this universe and all these things. Who is that? Who is that creator? He is nothing but God. Like that, he is given the advice to him. Actually, I told dirty stone, but it is actually he's kept the solar universe, that graph, that all those things he kept it there. So like that, so Isaac Newton. So immediately we can see that the gravitational force 9.84 square meters. Those things we remember. Uh, that means whatever he has proved, it has been documented in the his this in the science. In the same way, whatever has been told in our scriptures, it has been documented in Vedas and Puranas and all these things. So, whatever has been told by Newton, though we are not able to prove in the practical lab, still we believe that. In the same way, Sabda Pramana we can say in the Shastras. So, in the same way, whatever has been told in the Shastras, we should keep the belief and we go further. Why we have to feel, why we have to believe Shastras means Shastras never proved to be wrong. Whatever has been told in the Shastras, they were always right so far. For example, the distance between Earth and the Moon, the distance between Earth and a Sun is nothing but 108 times of the diameter of the Earth. Like that, it has been given in the Vedas. And also, a lot of people you may know about Hanuman Chalisa. So in that also is very clearly given. Sahasra Yojana Paravanu Lilyochahi Madhura Falajanu. In one in that Chalisa, that 40 slokas that comes. Sahasra, that means so 1,000 times of Yojana means 8 miles. Totally it comes to around, if you calculate 96,000 miles of million miles, something like that, it comes out. So if you calculate now in the science also, it's almost matching whatever has been told in the Hanuman Chalisa also. Like that, our scriptures never prove to be wrong. So that's what. And also one more point, there are 18 Puranas. By mistake, it has been told last class it is 22, it is 16, but it is there are 18 Puranas. 6 of Sattva-guna, 6 of Rajoguna, and 6 of Tamoguna. These 18 Puranas are there. And we have two Itihasas. Difference between Purana and Itihasa means it is happened just like this right now. That means at the time, Itihasas were written, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Whoever is writer, they are also present. That means Valmiki and Vyasa Maharshi. These two are present at the time. And also Vishnu Sahasranama. If you take the complete Mahabharata, there are two cream things have come out from Mahabharata. So anyone wants to tell? Two cream things of all the entire Mahabharata. One is Vishnu Sahasranama and other one is Bhagavad Gita. That's what we're going to discuss now. Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhishma Pitamaha, he told when he was lying on the arrow bed to the Pandavas. Those two things, the entire in the Mahabharata, the cream of these two, the entire Mahabharata. And so next we go, who is God? Means who is God in the sense last class also Lord Prabhu has told very clearly. We have we have to see that um, he is full of six appearances will be there. He is completely full with all the six appearances. That's what where we can call him as a Bhagavan. Okay, Bhaga means opulence. Bhagavan means all these opulences they are fully there with him. So in that Ishopanishad we have Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purna, Purnasya Mujyate. So that sloka is there. Entire thing is Purna. Means if you take out some piece from that, still it will be complete. Like say in a ocean, if you take a glass of water, still the ocean remains the complete. Even you put some little bit of water into the ocean, still it remains full. That means whether you take it out or whether you put back, the ocean remains full. That means in the same way, all the opulences, wealth, fame, knowledge, strength, renunciation, beauty, all these things, they are very full all the time for the Bhagavan. All these six qualities, whether if they are full, then only we can call him as God or Bhagavan. And apart from that, Krishna has four more qualities which are unique to him only. There is Leeladhari, Venudhari, Bhakta Madhuri, and Rupa Madhuri. These four qualities are unique to Krishna. So that makes his qualities are totally 64 qualities, which no one has it. That's what we can say in that. So next step is we'll talk about in Bhagavad Gita. It is very clearly mentioned what is soul and what is our body and all these things. But just to give an highlight to you, just to understand in a practical way, soul is nothing but, if you talk about the train on one rail, so it's an engine which is a driving force. That means the consciousness is in our body that is there. Rupala Prabhu, are you recording?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. So it's a soul, and it we have two bodies. That means one settled body and Sushma Sarira and Sthola Sarira, we say. Sushma Sarira that contains three elements, which we cannot see that. The settled elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. In Sanskrit, we can say manas, buddhi, and ahankar. That means you just remember with the word, with the acronym that MBA, mind, buddhi, and ahankara, so that you will not forget about that one. So these three are settled elements which we cannot see, and the more settled is the soul that we cannot see also. And then comes the gross body. The gross body is made of five elements. So the earth, water, fire, ether means our space, and so this with the five elements it is made of. So anything that is made of these five elements, okay, then that can be we can see visually. So which is not made with that one, that is the settled elements which we cannot see, we can feel about this one. What is the purpose of this mind? Mind is nothing but just to make you understand, it is nothing but a repository. So in our computer language, it's a database kind of thing. Whatever we see with our senses, it will store in the mind. So that is nothing but that's the job of the mind. And intelligence, it will discriminate. So it's good or bad kind of thing, and it will tell the mind, don't do that one, do this one, like that. But mind will not agree with that, and finally it will wander and it will try to do that with the bad things or whatever it is. So you have to control the mind. That's the reason people say control the mind, so that whatever intelligence it knows what is good and what is bad, it will tell that. And false ego, ahankar, Means I only can do it. Without me, my company will not work out. Like that, some ahankar. So if you have a best example is Duryodhana. So this entire kingdom belongs to me. So like that, he has that kind of ahankar. Entire Kurukshetra war happened because of two elements, ahankara and mamakara. Duryodhana's ahankara and Dhritarashtra's mamakara, putra mamakara. These two things. Okay, these are the basic things: gross body and settled body, and this soul kind of thing. These things. So all these MBA, what I am talking about, they go along with the soul when the body leaves, and they will be there. And in the next janma, when you have it, again those things will be applied to with the karma. Those things will come out in the second chapter. We can discuss very clearly on that. And another example is our cell phone. Cell phone, if you see, there's a gross body. It's the instrument that is nothing but the gross body. Inside is a Android or iPhone, whatever it is, that is nothing but all your software inside. Those things are nothing but our settled body. And then the chip, the number that you're dialing it, that is called Atma, just to make an understanding about how to understand these three things. Once you understood the basics about this one, then we can go further into the next steps on that. So if you talk about this Bhagavad Gita, structure of Bhagavad Gita is divided into three parts. Karma Yoga, the first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga. And then it talks about Bhakti Yoga from 7 to 12. That is a cream of the Bhagavad Gita. And then it talks about Jnana Yoga, and also which are left in this the two sets of Bhagavad Gita. Those things are covered in at the end. So those it is divided into three parts like that. And then in entire Bhagavad Gita, 5 subjects have been told. One is who is Supreme Law, God. And then Jiva, our living entity. So Atma, it talks about Jiva. Means entire in the second chapter, entire almost 30 slokas are there. What is Jiva and what is Atma and what are the qualities, and so all those things are defined in that. And then Prakriti, the nature. Means if you understand Prakriti nature, this is nothing but suppose if you are constructing a city, what are the things that we need? So how number of houses, colony or whatever it is, and then for political thing, some kind of offices, all these things are required. Apart from that, we need a jail and a police station also, because to control that law and order. So in the same way, God has created this Prakriti that's nothing but a jail kind of thing. So we came here just to get treated and go back to Him. So that's the way we have to understand this Prakriti means, because we have some different thoughts, and we want to enjoy apart from Krishna. So that's the reason we came in here. So we have to get the treatment and go back to Him. It's nothing but a jail kind of thing. That's what we have to understand. And the Kala, the time is there for our body. Means date of birth and date of death is there for the it is so sthola sarira, so for the body, not for the atma. So those kind of references are there. And this atma means sachit ananda. Sat means is always there. Chit means is full of knowledge, and ananda means bliss. Means atma is the kind of thing. And then karma means there are different karmas are there, and sanchita karma. So to make, just to give an highlight of about it, one sanchita karma, we have accumulated so much of karma, and it's a balance that we have it, the karma, and a little bit of portion of the karma will be given to you while taking the birth, and our duty is to nullify entire thing and go back to Him. and get some more karma to nullify and go back. Like that, it has to happen. So instead of nullifying the karma that is given to us, whether it's positive karma or negative karma, we are accumulating some more positive or negative, and we are wandering here itself. So that's what, how to get rid of entire karma and get the mukti, so the liberation. That's what entire Bhagavad Gita we are going to discuss about it. Okay, next is, let's talk about the chapter 1. So this is the, I just covered the basics of all the 8 classes, the main points in that, to just to make understand and go further on this one. Chapter 1 is divided into 4 parts. Any doubts so far in this basics before going to the actual Bhagavad Gita that we are talking now? Okay. Now entire Bhagavad Gita is divided into 4 parts. One is preparation for the war. Means uh, preparation for the war means Duryodhana is going to discuss with Dronacharya, his guru, how the opposition party is there and how our situation is there. Like that, he's going to discuss with Dronacharya. That is up to 11 slokas. It is going to be covered like that in the first chapter. And then the second part of chapter 1 is victory. That means Vijaya Sanketa, we can say. Means there are signs of victory for Pandavas. What are the signs of victory for Pandavas? One is, first thing is, Krishna is there on Pandava's side. Means Bhagavan, he is there on the Pandava's side. Wherever Dharma is there, Krishna is there. First, that is the first point for the victory of the Pandavas. And then Lakshmi Devi means wherever means in one of some of the slokas it says Madhava. It is called as Madhava. Madhava means the god of fortune. So along with Krishna is there. That means whenever the god of fortune is there, so victory will be on their side. That's one more sign we can say. And the location of the war is a Dharma Kshetra. Whoever is following Dharma, so the Kshetra itself is called Dharma Kshetra. That means the Pandavas are following Dharma, so they are sure of getting the victory. That's what the third point it says. And the fourth one, it says Hanuman on the flag. So Hanuman, he gave the victory for Ram in the Ramayana. So like that, Hanuman flag is there. How Hanuman is come there, and the flag is there using it. Those things in detail, when we go into the sloka, we'll discuss that. And the symbol of Vishnu means conch shell, Panchajan. So that is one more sign of victory, because it's a divya kind of thing. As all the transcendental consciousness are there for them, all these are divya conch shells for the Pandavas. And chariot of Agni Deva. Agni Deva is given for Arjuna. Those details we can discuss later. So that chariot to make is it can go on the earth, it can go in the water, and it can fly also in the air, and also it gives always victory. So that Agni Deva, that one, that is also one more sign for the victory. And Kauravas' hearts means with this Divya Sanka, so they were not able to. Their hearts are shattering. So that is one more signs of victory we can say. This is the second part of chapter 1. And third one is Bhakta Vatsala. Krishna, now he see in the picture, he has taken that driver job for Arjuna, for his devotee, his friend. So those days, driver job is a very low category kind of thing. Even then, Bhagavan is ready to do that one. That means the way that we try to serve the God, the God also will try to get an opportunity to serve his devotees. That's what he has taken that role of Bhakta, a driver job. It's a Bhakta Vatsala. He is behind all the Pandavas for their victory. So that's what we can understand, and some slokas are in that will go there. And finally, the fourth point in chapter 1 is Arjuna's doubts. What are the doubts that he has it? So there are five doubts are there. I put some acronym that CESDI. One is compassion, means all other the army, opposite army, staying in front of me. They're nothing but my relatives, my friends. So my grandmother, my grandfather, and my teacher. All those people are there. How can I fight with them? Means he's showing compassion regarding that. That we'll discuss more in detail when we go to the slokas. And enjoyment in the sense, uh, if you if I kill all my relatives and my friends, if I have the kingdom, what will I enjoy with that? So to whom I can show my kingdom and my all this my property and all these things? That's what his doubt is. And the third point is the sinful reactions. By killing all of this, my opposition, my relatives, and all those, shall I not get the sin? So that's what his doubt. Third one. And fourth one is destruction of family traditions. So means if you all the men were killed, and there is a chance for the women maybe get polluted, and then unnecessary progeny may get developed, and with that, who will be there to do the pitra tarpana, pitra karikrama, pitra karma, all those things? Who will be there? That kind of doubt he has it, and is it not is nothing but destruction of the family traditions. That's what he was putting it out. And finally, the fifth point, indecision, that comes actually in the second chapter, up to six slokas it is there. Means he is not able to decide what to do. So now he surrenders to Krishna. He takes Krishna as a guru. So far he was treating Krishna as a friend, and then he takes Krishna as a guru and surrenders to him to seek the advice from Krishna. That's what entire chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, it is scattered like this. One is preparation for the war, signs of victory, Bhakta Vatsala, and finally Arjuna doubts. These four are like this. And one by one, we'll go further into details and we'll discuss that. Okay. And before going to that, I request everyone to send a message to me privately, your email address, your name, and your phone number. Don't put in the entire group. You can just say privately, that in the chat you can put it privately, so that all the recordings will be sending through email instead of putting in the so many messages in the WhatsApp group. Will be sending on the email. So just try, give your email address and phone number and your name. And so I think most of you are from US itself, so we don't need to put any location. Location also is okay. You can put it St. Louis or any city that we are coming from. Four things just you try to put in the chat, because your personal information, don't put in a public chat, and just give me privately so that we can capture that and we'll send the email with all the documents, PowerPoint presentation, and also this recordings of the class to you. And then let's talk about chapter 1. So the entire thing in a different way, I put that here. Section 1.1 means first sloka to 27 sloka. It is divided into the three parts. Preparation for the war, that's what we discussed, and signs of victory, and Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. These 3 points the sloka 1 to 11 is the preparation for the war, and 12 to 20 is the signs of victory, and 21 to 27 slokas covers about Krishna as Bhakta Vatsalam. And finally, 28 to 46 slokas will cover about all the Arjuna doubts that I told now: compassion, enjoyment, fear of sinful reactions, and destruction of family traditions and indecision. Indecision, that is actually covered in the second chapter. Okay. Now comes, without any delay, let's start the first sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Mamaka Pandavachaiva Kim Kurvata Sanjaya. Anyone wants to volunteer to read the translation?
I want to see the stroke. I already knew it.
Okay.
Tatravavaj dharm chetre kuru chetre samveta yujatsuha mam kaha padav chev kim kurvat sanjay.
Very good. Can you read the translation?
Okay. Tatravavaj.
Read it.
Tatraj said,
Oh,
"Oh, Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?"
Very good. What's your name?
Anush.
Anish. Okay, very good. And sloka you read very well.
Say thank you.
So
Thank you.
here, if you can see, the first word in the Bhagavad Gita is started with Dhritarashtra. First word in the Bhagavad Gita is called with Dhritarashtra. Can anybody volunteer to say why it has been called with Dhritarashtra? We know that Bhagavad Gita is for Krishna and Arjuna. How come Dhritarashtra has come into picture? Anyone wants to volunteer?
Because Dhritarashtra asked the first question to Sanjaya, like how the war is going on.
Very good. That is the actual point. And one more thing I am waiting. One more answer. That's correct. Yeah, what you told Anil, Anil Prabhu, that's correct. And one more point I'm looking for.
Dhritarashtra was father of Kauravas.
What, Mataji?
He was father of Kauravas. So he was so self-centered. So he wanted to know what my own kids are doing because.
Yeah, that's correct. And one more point I'm looking for.
Because he was blind, he couldn't go on war, and that's why he might have asked Sanjaya what is going on.
Yeah, that's correct. Almost there. So you came to the exact point. So he's a blind. He's a physically blind and spiritually also blind. In the Kali Yuga, especially, we are spiritually blind. So we don't have time for anything. It's a time for, especially for spiritual things. Even if you tell 1,000 people, maybe one person may come for this kind of discourses. I mean, spiritually, we are totally blind. So for us, it is required. This knowledge is required. That's the reason Krishna took this as Arjuna as a channel to give us this knowledge. That too, for the blind, spiritually blind people like us, it is required. He started with the Dhritarashtra. That's the reason. We have to understand in that way, in that concept also. And as Anil Prabhu said in the beginning, so actually this was started, Dhritarashtra asked the question to Sanjaya after Bhishma put on the bed, that arrow of bed. That means after 10 days of the war, this Dhritarashtra asked the question to Sanjaya to tell me what has happened since beginning. That's the reason Dhritarashtra was there in the first place, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So those are the reasons for this first word of Dhritarashtra was there in the sloka, in the Bhagavad Gita, entire Bhagavad Gita. So here it is talk about dharma. Just remove all the words from here, dharma, and keep the dharma and put the last word of jaya. See, you are following? Dharma is their first word, and the last word in the sloka is jaya. That indicates if you follow dharma, you'll be victorious. And just by reading the first sloka very carefully, you can understand who is going to win. That's one sign we can say, the first sloka. And then, and the place where stay the dharma kshetre means so this Dhritarashtra has that kind of fear also. So whoever is following dharma, they are victorious always in that dharma kshetra place, that Kurukshetra. So that's one doubt he has, the Dhritarashtra has. In the next slides, I will show you that. The Dhritarashtra was blind from the birth, and unfortunately, he was bereft of spiritual vision as well. That's what I told. He was doubtful about the influence of the holy place called Kurukshetra. So holy Dharma Kshetra, that's the reason he was worried about it. While talking about dharma, I remember once I read in one of the some kind of magazine, um, our first president, Indian first president, happened to be Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. When he was there, so we got this war from China. I think it is around 1962 or 64, something like that. And at that time, the president from America called our president, Indian president, president of America called our Indian president, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, saying that, so why are you doing the war with China? They are so much powerful. That India has independence also came just 15 years, 1947, and just only 15 years. We are not settled so far. Our army was not that much powerful. China can attack like anything. Then American president suggested, please take out and whatever they're demanding, please give them. Like that, he wants to. He called our president. Then Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan said one thing. We follow dharma, our people are dharma, we always follow dharma, and we have dharma. Our Shastra says all the time dharma, 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 like that, 4-5 sentences, he put the dharma, dharma, dharma like that. But this American president, he did not understand what is meant by dharma. He doesn't know about that one. He thought dharma is one kind of weapon that we have it in our army. So then immediately, those days, this kind of communication and these things are not there. Right now that we have it, even telephone, having a telephone itself is very difficult. Only higher officers, they used to have it at that time. So then American president immediately cut the phone and called China president, saying that, do you know, India, they have a powerful weapon of dharma. So if they put that, entire world will go away. Then China, they also did not understand. Indians are keeping so secret and they have dharma kind of weapon. So finally, he took out the army from the war, and he declared that. So then what I say is, And then Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan said, just by saying the word 4 or 5 times dharma, we got that a victory. If you follow dharma, where will be our position? That's what he was conveyed to. So all the public on that one. I don't know exactly it's truth or not, but I read it in one of the magazines in that, and just I want to like to share that. Means following dharma, how it can save it, our thing. So that's what I would like to say on that. And Dhritarashtra was partial, as Kunti Mataji was told. So means for he says mamakaha in the sloka, it says mamakaha, it's my sons. So entire kingdom, so all of them are his sons only. So he could have told all my sons. I mean, so instead of saying my sons, so Pandava sons also his sons only. No? So he has to treat them as equally. So he said mamaka, that means mamakara I told in the beginning. So that's what he was trying to say that. And about doubtful about the signs of son's victory, because the holy place is victorious always for the people following dharma. And fearful about this holy place, that's what he's doubting, and hopeful. And maybe because of holy place, Pandava may renounce and they may come out. That's what Arjuna in the first chapter, he puts his arrow, bow and arrow, the down, and said Krishna, I'm not going to fight. So Dhritarashtra was expecting that kind of thing may happen. And then see, what is Krishna's plan in this first sloka? What is Krishna's plan? Suppose if you go to a paddy, so we'll take out the weed from there, so that our paddy will not get disturbed in that. Means it will grow in a proper way. In the same way, in this entire war, the Kauravas, they are nothing but weed. Whoever is following adharma, those things have to be taken out. That's what Krishna is trying to do in that battlefield. So that way we have to understand this first sloka on that way. Okay, so Sanjaya, now Sanjaya will speak to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra put a question saying that what my sons and Pandu sons are doing in the war, in the battlefield. One way you can say it's a foolish question, because once they go to the war, what they will be doing it. So they go for fight. And the same way we can say, once people go to restaurant, and we can say what they are doing means they will be eating there. So it's a one to say he is spiritually blind also, this is one kind of sign that the question, the way he is questioning also, we have to say that. So okay, in the rest of the sloka, this is the only first time Dhritarashtra will speak in the entire Bhagavad Gita, and he will not come into picture again. And then we have Sanjaya and Krishna and Arjuna will be talking about entire Bhagavad Gita now. Sanjaya is he has that vision, means Doradrushti we can say, like say live telecast. So he's observing what is going on in Kurukshetra war, and he's giving the information to Dhritarashtra from the beginning. So after 10 days of the war at the Kurukshetra. Okay, now any doubt in that first sloka? Sanjaya uvacha दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजवचनमब्रवीत्. Now Sanjaya started speaking. So anybody wants to read the translation?
Can I?
Yes.
Sanjaya said, O king, After looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King
Duryodhana.
went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Yes. Now we can see Sanjaya said. Now Dhritarashtra asked the question to Sanjaya. Sanjaya is nothing but his minister. So now Sanjaya, he has got that vision to see what is happening in the Kurukshetra war. Means that was given by Vyasa Maharshi. So Vyasa Maharshi has given, he thought of giving to Dhritarashtra also, but Dhritarashtra said, no, I don't want to see anything. So Sanjaya was given. So he's directly watching the cricket match that we watch live telecast. That same way he's watching there what is going on in Kurukshetra. And he's telling Dhritarashtra since the beginning of the first day of the war. So, O king, after looking over the army arranged in the military formation, means he's now Duryodhana. Duryodhana is the son of Dhritarashtra. He went to his teacher. So now you have to understand one thing here. Why he has gone to his teacher? His teacher is Dronacharya. But actually, in that war, the captain is nothing but Bhishma. For the first 10 days, Bhishma was there. Bhishma was the chief of the army. So he has to go to him and tell about what is going on. So Duryodhana has to go to chief of army, but he has gone to teacher. Why? Why in the sense, so he's a grandfather, Mr. Bhishma. Since childhood, Bhishma used to give a lot of advices to Duryodhana. Don't be quarrel with Pandavas. So many advices. Whenever he meets, he'll give some advice. And Duryodhana never followed that. So that's the reason if he goes again to Bhishma instead of Dronacharya, definitely he will give some advice. At least now you stop the war. Just give 5 villages what Pandavas demanded. Actually, the entire kingdom belongs to them, but they demanded only 5 villages. Just give it to them. Like that, he may give some advice to Duryodhana again. That's the reason he knows that. So if he goes to Bhishma, his Pitamaha, he will give that advice. So better not to go. And he went to his teacher, Dronacharya. And Bhishma was also sitting next to Dronacharya. So he is speaking loudly, so he also can listen. Those days now, this kind of echo and the atmosphere was so clear, and if they speak, people can listen very clearly. Even now in the villages also we can see if they talk in 1 kilometer away also, because the atmosphere is very clear and it's not polluted, so they can listen. So like that in the war also, so whatever Duryodhana is speaking to teacher, instead of speaking directly to Bhishma, he's talking to teacher. That's what he's going to talk, we'll see in the next slokas. But why he has gone to Dronacharya, that's what I'm trying to explain in this one, like that. Okay, we just go to the next sloka. Pashyetam Panduputrana Acharya Mahatim Chamum Yodham Drupada Putrena Tava Sishyena Dhimata. Translation, somebody?
O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of
Drupada.
Drupada.
Here it says Pandu, it's not Pandu. It's a and some line is there on the top of it. So you have to understand that way. Pandu. Okay, very good. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu. So he's saying how how the army of the opposition party, that Pandavas are there. That's what he's trying to explain to his guru. Suppose in a practical life also, now the IPL is going on in cricket matches. What they do? So the captain, he will tell how the opposition party is there, how the opposition match, the opposition party, how they are, what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, and all those things they will be discussing it. Why? Means how many bowlers are there, how many batsmen are there, what are our strengths, and how can we tackle with them. Like that, they will have some particular plan before going into the war, before going into the play. So they have the certain plan. For example, if you think about Sachin Tendulkar, he made most of his century in the beginning, and after that he struggled also to make the centuries. He will be out in between. So many, some kind of bad time also was there for him. That is because opposition side, they try to observe what are their strengths and how he will be out, in what kind of fashion we can bowl, and so that he'll be out. Like that, they have the entire. They have watched the video and number of videos, and based on that, they'll try to bowl to him. So our duty is to overcome to that. We have to do a lot of practice, and we have to overcome our kind of weaknesses. That's what Bhagavad Gita is going to tell us. What are our weaknesses? How to overcome all those things. So he is trying to tell about the opposition army, how they are and what are the strengths, and what are the next slokas it comes, who are the Maharadhis and Radhis, Atiradhis, and all those things. We'll discuss all those things in the next class. So these are the just to give an overview. So we just talked about this one. And the Pandu sons, and how they are arranged by, and one more word he's talking about, son of Drupada. Son of Drupada means Drupada and Dronacharya both were friends, and they learnt in their education with the same guru, the same teacher. Just to remind him, opposition is there. That was his friend, and after that he became enemy because Dronacharya went to Drupada, asked him. Dronacharya is a Brahmin and Drupada is a Kshatriya. So this Dronacharya was not having any kind of a single money, single dollar with him to maintain his family. At least to feed his son, he wanted have some 6 cows, so that he can get the milk and feed him. He requested Drupada to give at least some cows to him, but he refused, and he did not give that. And finally, both became enemies, and Arjuna went there to with the order of Guru Dakshina that was demanded by Dronacharya. He went to Drupada and he captured Drupada, and and put him in front of Dronacharya. Like that, enemy thing is there. Finally, Drupada, to make it as a revenge, so he did a yajna and to get a son to kill Dronacharya. That's what he's giving, son of Drupada, Drushtadhyumna. Drushtadhyumna, he is son of Drupada. So he is there. He is the chief of the army in the Pandava side. How he has arranged all the army in an intelligent, disciplined manner. So that's what he's trying to give a hint to his guru, the Dronacharya. He's just telling that. And then he will talk about the Maharathis and how many are there, and what are our strengths are there, what are our weaknesses. All those things he's going to talk about in the next slokas. We'll talk about that in the next next class on that. So this is what I put a question. Why Duryodhana approached Dronacharya and not Bhishma? Bhishma is nothing but his Pitamaha, his grandfather. So the main reason is if he goes to Bhishma, the grandfather, he will start giving some advices, so which he doesn't want to listen that. That's the reason he went to Dronacharya. So to tell him. At the same time, Bhishma also will be listening. So because they are standing just side to side. Okay. Any questions?
Can you tell me who is Sanjay again?
Sanjay is a minister in the Kaurava side. That is for Dhritarashtra. You know Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is a father of all the Kauravas' 100 sons. He has 100 sons. He's a father, and at present, when the Kurukshetra war was happening, he was the king, Dhritarashtra, and Sanjaya was his minister, and he was given the live telecast kind of thing, Durodrushti, so he can vision from Hastinapur. He can vision that, and he can what is going on in Kurukshetra. He used to give it to all the information to Dhritarashtra. Understood?
Yeah, thank you.
What's your name?
Bikasni?
I see. Very good. I think more children are participating. Is very nice.
And Drupada, who is he?
Yeah, Drupada. So I told already that one. Drupada and Dronacharya. Dronacharya, you know, Dronacharya is a guru for both Pandavas and Kauravas. Okay, and Dronacharya and Drupada were friends, and both of them learned with one guru, the same guru. And so Drupada was a Kshatriya. He was a king. He is a king. And Dronacharya went to Drupada to seek some assistance to feed his family, maybe to ask some cows, to get some cows. But because of Ahankara, whatever it is, Drupada refused it. That's the reason, to make a revenge out of Drupada, Dronacharya made Arjuna. He has given. He is a guru. No? He has taught all the vidya, all the education required for the Arjuna. And Arjuna is a Guru Dakshina. So he brought Drupada in front and put in front of Dronacharya. So both were friends, Drupada and in the beginning, and after that they became enemy. And finally, Drupada made some kind of fire sacrifice to get a son, Dustajumya, to kill Dronacharya, because both of them were enemies. No? So he got that boon. So that son of Drupada, Dustajumya, is the chief of army in the Pandava side. That is the reason in the sloka it says, son of Drupada, Dustajumya. Okay, you understood?
Yeah, thank you.
So all of you have given your details so that we can send that recordings and also PowerPoint presentations if necessary. Any more questions? And one more thing I would like to ask, is this time convenient or Saturday is better?
This is convenient.
Okay, we'll continue Sunday itself.
This works, yes.
And also I suggest if you don't have a book of Bhagavad Gita as it is, that Prabhupada's book that we follow here, and maybe in the online also you can see asitis.com. Asitis.com, that where if you can go one by one sloka, you can get the translation and also purport. And the purports, everything is whatever I told, I'm taking from the purport itself. So yes, told very clearly. So you can read it. And if any doubts or any questions are there, that we can discuss in the next class also.
Where can we get the physical book?
So in the local St. Louis, if you are St. Louis, we have that. A lot of books are there. Maybe you can send your address. We can post it to you, or you can come in physically and take it, or online also you can order it. So
Okay.
send me your address so that we can one post to you.
Sure.
I would also like to request one, please.
Sure, send me your address so that we can
Yeah,
post.
yeah. Thank you.
It costs $10, so that is a book cost of that. So we'll send to you. So if there are no questions, so we can conclude here. And Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rupla Prabhu, don't close it now. Let me copy all these addresses.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Rupla Prabhu, you can close it now.
Okay, I got 2 contact information here, so I will send it to you.
Okay, sure.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.